Hey, what's up, fellas? This is I am conscious. I don't even know what to call myself no more. Point is, it's me, this guy you see on the screen, and here's my theory of the day. So, I guess a new sub-genre or um, subject of videos that I want to do for you guys, and for me more than anything. So I was, thinking a lot today this morning, and I came up with this new piece of my puzzle I've been putting together as far as my understanding of what religion is and what it means to the world. So first, let me start off by saying that what I think religion is an expression of, well, it's a lot of the things I say are going to sound pretty redundant, but it'll get to a purpose. There's a point at the end, and I want to get it across. So this is what it is right here. Religions are expressions of what we feel and what we consider to be true, and origins of history and why we are here, purpose, and how to go about it. What to do to remain focused. So can I say this? You know, we all come from different backgrounds and different religions, depending on your place of location and time of the timeline and the people, your family, the things that make you who you are. If you take philosophy 101, you know what I'm talking about. And really, when it comes down to it, every religion has its own truth. And it's not to say they're all right or they're all wrong. It's just that they were all trying to convey a message. And that message comes from the heart. And sometimes people get out of line. There's your extremists. And then there's some people who get lost in the translation, so they become atheists. Again, these are my opinions, and not everything I say is 100%. Not everything I say is Shakespeare, but I'm speaking genuinely as objective as I can. And I think today I just came to one of the many puzzle of my pieces as far as how I'm putting it together, how I'm connecting dots. And the way I see it, man, I grew up on Catholic and Christian religion, and I've been an atheist for a long time, and I still am. I don't want to define what I am, what I believe in, because I could be anything. It could be everything. It could be nothing. That's irrelevant. Personal opinions are just ego. It's your ego, and there'll be time to talk about that. But back to the point. So I feel that in the Bible, that's what I've read mostly, and I have yet to read more of it. I think it's all just metaphors and similes, and it's one big art form from the Most High, edited through humans from the past who wrote the Bible, the 12 disciples, and even edited more now because with new versions, and I don't know, I'm not too up to date with how that whole translation went, the transition went, as far as like the first Testament and we got the New Testament. I don't understand all that yet. Still learning. But what I do see is that I think that everything speaks in metaphors. For example, the one that thought made me think about today is Noah's Ark. You think about Noah's Ark and what that means. Now, from a scientific point of view, it sounds impossible. Impossible in the sense of, let's be realistic. We cannot put all these species of animals into one boat and have them, without running into any trouble. That would take ages. That would take ages. Now, of course, when we talk about time in God's world there is no time. It just happens. So in that sense, yeah, I can't argue against that. But in my opinion, what I think really happened is everything is information. You really start to see like what we're made up of. Our atoms, our chemicals, we're all just chemical reactions, and you break it down and you break it down. What I mean by breaking it down is zoom in. You zoom in and you start seeing what we're actually made of. Subatomic particles, quantum physics. All we're made up of really is abstract. It's thought. It's really not physical. It feels physical because that's how our senses work and that's what we perceive, which is all true. But I mean, there's a reason why there's different fields, and the new field is quantum physics. And it's not just because there's quantum physics doesn't mean that religion gets is dashed out of history. No, religion's always there because religion is the way we interpret it. We make it into an art form, how we express. It's all just the form of expression. So what I'm trying to say here is, when it comes to Noah's Ark, I think that that boat represents like a memory chip. It could be one of two things, either a memory chip, or we have all this information jam packed into one thing, into one SD card, into one piece of technology. And through that piece of technology, now it's like, you go into your SD card, you have pictures, you have information. And in that information, you can actualize it and you can make it a reality. So same thing with animals. The DNA was encoded maybe into all the genetic code that we ever perceive is all into what do I call this? The Akashic records. Have you seen Avatar? Maybe you can relate to that. It's like we're all connected, right? But sometimes we're all kind of like, we're all one. You know what? I don't want to bounce off into that topic. Let's just keep it Noah's Ark for now. Noah's Ark. So maybe the boat represents the SD card and the animals and all of the species that existed and the time of when the world flooded or whatever. The world flooded. Maybe that could have been the end of the world. Maybe a meteor hit. Maybe a big tsunami wiped out everything. And maybe we were smart enough to know that, hey, we're not gonna survive this big ass tsunami because we unfortunately couldn't come up with the technology to deflect that meteor or that asteroid. So here we are, looking at the end about to come, the end of us anyway, of them specifically in that time. But they knew that obviously we were gonna survive. Maybe some people maybe they have a ship somewhere. Maybe the past aliens are just really Earthlings who already advanced, and they keep coming back to Earth because this is the animal kingdom. This is the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is we have our pears, our apples. We all get the apple. Did you bite the apple? I sure did. I had an iPhone before. No, I'm just kidding. So back to topic, man. What I'm trying to get to here is it's all just it all kind of makes sense in my mind. I could be wrong. I could be full of it. We all are with some things, but these are just my views, and I like expressing them because I have fun. And so yeah, what if when we find out what we'll do with this information every time we have our own enlightenments and realizations, well, how do we take it from there? Do we express it? Do we share it? And that's the question I've been asking myself for a long time now. I don't know. For now, I'm just gonna make YouTube videos. And I think that when you find these pieces of your puzzle, put them together. Don't get overwhelmed. If it scares you, back up. If it doesn't, cool, keep sharing it. And so yeah, overall, Noah's Ark. It was all a metaphor, just like everything else in the Bible. A lot of things in the Bible are true, man. And when people talk about cherry picking, how they only pick out the good things, well, who are you to criticize them? Because why? Why? Because you're cherry picking too, man. We're all biased. We all cherry pick. We think like if we're all a sponge, right? And sometimes we choose what to take in. So I know you do the same thing. People who criticize the Bible and criticize religion because they say, but you guys don't know about this part of the Bible. That was evil too. Yeah, you see, is that an exact replication of the Bible? Or replication of the Bible? Is that an exact representation of God? And if it is, then God is flawed. Well, God is flawed because God is us. We are God. We are the devil. I explained this in my previous videos, where you're God when you do good, and you're the devil when you do bad. My cousin's here. I gotta get ready to go. I'll leave you with that thought, and keep it waving, man. Do your work. Whatever you gotta do to keep going in life, do good deeds, despite religion, despite any any belief system, man. That's all just bullshit. Don't listen to it. It's all about good deeds and helping other people. That's your religion. Well, that's my religion anyway. The way I see it. And I'm not gonna define it, nor will I ever put a name to it, because that kills the purpose. So thank you guys for listening. Again, I'm going with the alias I am conscious for now because I've been going it for a couple of years, so that's how you can refer to me. Thank you. I'll try to add my information as far as Facebook, Instagram under like a description or something like that. But either way, have a good day. I hope you guys like my video. Thank you for listening.